one of the things that I talk to lawyers about all the time is that growing a law firm isn't just about just doing one thing better. In fact, there's lots of little things that you can do that collectively grow your law firm to levels that you've never experienced before, right? So there's a concept called the aggregation of marginal gains. And I want to take you through this concept right now, because when you understand the concept of the aggregation of marginal gains, so aggregation of marginal gains, what this allows you to do is it allows you to look at your law firm in a way that you've never looked at it before, and a way that what I like about this is that it makes something that seems very, very difficult. It actually breaks it down and makes it very, very easy, right? So a lot of times people think, well, to grow my law firm, I just need more leads. I just need more leads. I just need more clients. I just need more cases. But the reality is first of all, it's not quite that simple. But second of all, there are lots of things that you can do to take advantage of those leads and get the most out of those leads and get the most out of your existing clients, so that you can grow your law firm in ways that you probably didn't even think of. And where aggregation of marginal gains comes from is from a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And in that book, James Clear talks about a concept that was used by the British cycling team in the early 2000s. Now, the British cycling team in the early 2000s was absolutely terrible. In fact, in the first 100 years that they were around, they won one single gold medal at the Olympics, and they won the Tour de France 0 times. They were so bad that bike manufacturers wouldn't even sell them bicycles. That's how bad they were, because they didn't want people seeing the British cycling team using their brand. It's kind of like how Nike wants, LeBron James and Michael Jordan to wear their shoes, because then kids are going to look at it and be like, wow, Michael Jordan has these shoes. I got to wear these shoes. It was the opposite. They were like, yeah, we don't want any cyclists seeing British cyclists riding our bikes, right? So in 2003, they hired a new performance director who was going to come in and shake things up, right? And he used this system called the aggregation of marginal gains. And what he does, and what the aggregation of marginal gains is all about, is making tiny 1% micro improvements to every single thing that you do. And at the end of that, what ends up happening is you have a massive impact overall. So for example, what he did is he came in, I got an entire list of things he did right now. He redesigned the bike seats so that they would be more comfortable for the riders. He rubbed alcohol on the tires so they got a better grip. He had the riders wear heated shorts so that they would maintain the ideal muscle temperature. He tested different fibers in a wind tunnel to make their clothes lighter and more aerodynamic. Now, that's all stuff that you would expect from a cycling team, right? But he didn't stop there. He went to the extreme. He tested everything. So the first thing he did is he tested different types of massage gels to see which ones led to the fastest recovery of the riders. He hired a surgeon to teach each rider how to wash their hands properly so that they could actually not miss training because they were sick. He determined which type of pillows and which type of mattresses actually gave the riders the best night's sleep, so they wake up refreshed and they get proper recovery. He did so much more. All he was doing, he was testing every single one of these things to see if he could find just micro 1% improvements across every single thing that they did. Now, over the next 10 years, they won 66 gold medals. 66 gold medals. They won the Tour de France 5 times. And they also won 178 world championships. And this is over a 10-year period, right? So basically what they did is they used the concept of the aggregation of marginal gains to completely transform their cycling team. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can use this exact same concept to transfer to change your law firm forever. So there's 5 steps that I'm going to tell you about, but if you actually look into your law firm, there are probably hundreds of things you can do, but these are the 5 big ones that I've identified that can make a big difference. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a hypothetical law firm here. This law firm is getting 20 leads per month. They are closing 30% of those leads. They are getting 6 new clients per month. And their average case value is $3,000. 6 clients a month at an average case of $3,000. Somebody tell me how much they're making per month. Somebody unmute yourself and tell me. 6 times 3,000. Anybody know?
18 grand.
18,000 a month. All right. Unmute yourself and say no. If $18,000 a month is an unacceptable amount for your law firm to make.
No.
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 So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna work on that number, right? So, and you guys can play along also if you want to figure out your number of leads that you're getting and your closing percentage and all that stuff. Otherwise, you can just look at this and I'll show you how this works. So the first thing you're gonna do, the first move is set up a follow-up system. I discovered how important a follow-up system is when I was in college. I used to transfer VHS tapes to DVD. So what I would do is I would get those yard signs and I would just take a big black Sharpie and I'd write VHS tapes to DVD. I'd write VHS to DVD. I'd put my phone number on there and then I'd go to busy intersections and I would put the signs out at busy intersections. And at rush hour, what would happen is people would start calling me. They would call me. They'd be like, hey, I saw your sign. I've got an entire box of VHS tapes in my attic. I've got to get them transferred over before I lose all my memories. I'm going to go home. I'm going to count how many tapes I have, and I'm going to call you back, and we're going to do this. And that happened for 3 hours during rush hour, from about 4:30 till about 7:30. Every single night when my signs were out, I was getting phone call after phone call after phone call after phone call. And then what do you think happened when people got home? They never called me back. This went on for 3 weeks. I was so frustrated because I was a college kid. I didn't know anything about business. I just knew that I knew how to transfer VHS tapes, and I knew I was broke. I was broke in college. I was Kraft macaroni. Actually, I wasn't even Kraft macaroni and cheese broke. I was ramen noodle broke. So I needed to make some money, right? So a couple of weeks later, it was actually three weeks after I put the first signs out, I started calling people back. For some reason, I still don't know why to this day I did. I kept track of everyone's name, phone number, and some notes about what they told me in an Excel spreadsheet. So after 3 weeks, I was mad. I picked up the phone. I was like, hey, this is Andy. We talked a couple weeks ago. You said you were going to transfer your VHS tapes and you never called me back. What happened? And one by one, every single person was like, oh yeah, I've been looking for your number. I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to do this. I went home. I went home and I counted how many I had, but I couldn't find your number. And then I went back and the sign was gone. Right. So what happened that week? I made $5,000 that weekend as a broke college kid. It was amazing. $5,000 as a broke college kid. That is the value of follow-up. My business from then on, it was dependent, 100% dependent on follow-up. I could not do that business without follow-up. And I was a college kid. I was making $10,000, $15,000 a month transferring VHS tapes. But if I didn't follow up, I would have made $0. My paper fell here. So that is the value of follow-up, right? And what's interesting is that something I learned later, something I learned later that I did not know at the time, is that only 3% of any given market is actually ready to buy, right? Only 3% of any given market is actually ready to buy. So that means that 97% of the people that see your website, that see your social media ads, that come in contact with you on a regular basis with your brand, they are not ready to buy. So what's happening is most lawyers are just focusing on this 3%, and they're completely ignoring the 97%. But that's great news for you, because that means that all the competition is going for this 3%. And all you have to do is focus on getting this 97%, and you can completely transform your law firm. Here's something else that's interesting. Forrester found that 56% of people who hired a law firm did so after the 5th touch with the brand. Now, let me ask you a question. I want you to think about this. Do you create opportunities that people can even come in contact with your law firm 5 times? Whether it's from remarketing ads or social media posts or creative videos or value videos or email follow-up or anything like that. Do you guys create that? If you don't create them, that's a huge problem. Now, there's a lot of different people that you can follow up with, right? One of the types of people that you can follow up with are people that call your law firm. And we actually did a really interesting campaign a couple months ago with 2 identical criminal defense law firms. One was in Florida and another one was in New Jersey. Each one of these campaigns generated 300 leads. The attorney in Florida signed up 75 cases at $3,000 per case. The attorney in New Jersey signed up 0 cases. Now, let me ask you a question. Would you rather be Florida or New Jersey in this situation? Florida in every situation. All right. So I called this attorney, and it's the exact same campaign, exact same ads, exact same everything. I called this attorney and I said, what happened? We got you 300 leads. You didn't get any clients. Walk me through what happened. Let's figure this out. And he said, well, I called people and they didn't answer the phone. So I couldn't get anybody. I was like, how many times did you call them? He said, I called them once, maybe twice, which we all know means he called them one time, right? So then I talked to this attorney and I said to this attorney, you got 75 cases out of 300 leads. That is absolutely destroying it. How did you do it? He's like, well, I called him. And I said, well, I talked to another attorney and he said, nobody answered the phone. And he said, well, yeah, nobody answers the phone the first time. You've got to follow up. I have a system called 3 times 3 ways. So I said, what is 3 times 3 ways? So he explained to me that every single time anyone contacts their firm, they have a system called 3 times 3 ways. What happens is they get a text message, they get a call, and they get an email. And this is day 1. And if they don't get in touch with it then on day 2, they get a text message, they get a call, and they get an email. And then day 3, if they still haven't gotten in touch with them, they get a text message, they get a call, they get an email. That is what resulted in 75 cases at $3,000 per case. What is that? $245,000 or $250,000, something like that? That's one thing. If you guys focus on follow-up, and that way you'll squeeze more out of every single lead, right? So another way you can follow up is with remarketing on your website. Does anyone have remarketing on their website where somebody goes to your website and leaves your website and then they follow them over and over and over again? Has that ever happened to anyone? Do you guys have that set up on your website? I do. No one? Okay. Here's the thing. Who here's ever been on Wayfair or Amazon? And maybe you're on Amazon, you're looking for a toaster. And then all of a sudden you go to different websites and that toaster is everywhere. The reason that Amazon and Wayfair and all these big companies spend all this money, they spend millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, is because they know it works, right? It's because it works. They don't waste the money if it didn't work. You have to remarket. And they understand this rule right here. They understand that 97% of people who are going to buy eventually are not yet ready to buy. So if you take advantage of that 97%, then you're going to have a lot of luck. So if you implement a good follow-up system, you'll be able to increase your leads by about 50%. So let's go, say you go to 30 leads a month, your closing rate is still 30%. Now you're at 10 clients a month at $3,000 a client. That puts you at $30,000 a month. Move number 2 is double your leads, right? Now, here's the thing that we need to understand. I talked yesterday, 90% of life is mindset, right? So when I say, Andy, double your leads, you're probably thinking, well, yeah, great insight, Andy. Thanks for that mind-blowing thing. Why don't I just double my leads, right? But here's the thing you have to understand. Everyone here can double your leads if you ask the right question. Instead of saying, I can't double my leads, it's not possible for me to double my leads. Doubling my leads is impossible. I can't do it. I couldn't possibly do it. Ask yourself, how can I double my leads? Again, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. That's the best quote. If you think you can, if you think you can't, you're right. When your attitude is right, the facts don't matter, right? So there's tons of ways you can double your leads, and you already know what all of them are. You could film short videos every single day and provide value. This is the easiest way to do it. You guys want to see a quick hack that I call the 25% hack? And the easiest way for you guys to double your leads right now. Do you guys want to see it right now? All right. Who here has found themselves in a situation where you have attorneys in your market that are spending way more money than you and you just can't outspend them? Say me if that's you.
Me.
All right. There's a lot of attorneys out there that are using what I call the killing a spider with a shotgun approach. That is where the entire market is this big and their ideal clients maybe make up, people that are even eligible, maybe make up this size of the market, but they're able to just blanket the entire market with ads. Does this look like from any attorneys that you know of? Are there any attorneys in your market that you know that are doing this? The question is, if this is your entire market, but only these people right here are the types of people that are actually going to hire you, how do you target them? Well, here's the easiest way. Write this down. This is a writer downer, as my mentor says. All right, what you're going to do is you're going to record a quick video. This video should be about 3 minutes long. And this video should be about a topic that only these people care about. Only they care about what is the biggest problem that these people have and what is the solution to that problem. And your video should say, in this video, we're going to talk, your video should say, have you been in a car accident and the car insurance company is refusing to pay your bills? In this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways to force the insurance company to pay your bills. Or in this video, I'm going to show you how to get your medical bills paid, even if the insurance company won't pay them, right? So then what you do is you take this video and you run it as a video view ad and you show it to this entire market. Now, this is where the magic happens. You tell Facebook to create a custom audience of people that watched 25% of this video, right? Then what you do is you take that list, the people that watched 25% of that video, and then you show them another video. And this should be the solution to the second biggest problem that they have, right? So now you're going to tell Facebook again, pay attention who watches this video. And this is all built right into Facebook. It's super easy to do, right? So what you've got now is you've got a list right here of people that watched 25% of this video, which if you remember, I said at least 3 minutes long, that's about 45 seconds. So about 45 seconds of this video and 45 seconds of this video. And you've got Facebook creating a list of people that are watching videos, a significant amount of video, a significant amount of time, which is basically means they're raising their hand saying, yes, I have these problems. And you know that they're in here because they wouldn't care about these problems if they didn't fall in this demographic right here. Keep going. Show them another video. And then, and this is what Kevin Hazlett does. Kevin's the one who got the 300 leads in one video in one month. Now he does this strategy and it works to perfection. By the time they get to this video, he says, listen, by the time, if you're seeing this video, you know you have a problem. I know you have a problem. You've obviously watched several of my videos. Call me today and we're going to solve this problem for you. And he cleans up. That is how he gets leads. And this is something that, you know, you just have to have the mindset to do it. You just have to do it. And that's just one way. There's so many other ways you could get leads. You could do traditional Facebook ads. You could do network marketing. You could get on local podcasts. You could start a podcast. You could find non-competing partners and make partnerships. You could do search engine optimization on your website. You could do AdWords. You could do radio. You could do television. You could get featured on the local news. My point is there is a way to do it. If you take ownership of the path if you take ownership of the result before you know the path, you can commit to doing this. So let's say you double your leads and now you're at 60 leads a month. So we've gone from 20 leads to 60 leads a month, still closing at 30%. That means that you now have 20 new clients per month. 20 new clients at $3,000 a case is $60,000 a month. So just in 2 moves, we've taken this law firm from $18,000 a month to $60,000 a month, but we still have 3 moves left. Move number 3. Move number 3 is to create a better offer. Ooh, that's such a good one. Who here has an offer? Who here does not have an offer from your law firm that makes you unique from everyone else? This is the difference between an amazing offer and just an okay offer. Let's say you're hiring a babysitter, right? Babysitter A comes in and they say, I'm going to watch your kids. For $12 an hour, I'm going to watch your kids. Babysitter B comes in. They say, I'm going to watch your kids. But not only that, I'm also going to cook dinner. And then I'm going to clean your entire house. And then I'm going to play games with your kids all night long so that they stay off their iPads, they stay off their phones and do all that type of stuff. And then I'm going to make sure that they are in bed before you get home and your house is clean and you can come home to a nice, relaxing evening. Now, let's say babysitter B doesn't charge $12. Let's say babysitter B charges $18 an hour. Which one are you going to go with? Let's say babysitter B charges, let's say $20 an hour. Which one are you going to go with now? Babysitter A or babysitter B? But babysitter B charges $20 an hour. Why are you going with babysitter B?
Additional value.
More value. Exactly. So you have to think about your law firm just like this. How can you create an offer, an irresistible offer for your law firm that makes it a no-brainer where price becomes completely irrelevant? You have to understand people will always pay for what they value, right? If the price is this and the value is this, they always buy. It doesn't matter what number you put in here, right? So if you create a better offer, you will be able to charge more prices and people will still hire you because it's a better value, right? So create a better offer. Let's say by doing that, now you're going to close at, let's see, what are we going to close at? Probably 40% is probably what I said. All right, let's say you now go to closing 50% of your leads because you've got an unbelievable offer, right? So now you got 60 leads, 50% closing rate. Now you've got 30 new clients at $9,000 a client. And now you are at $90,000 a month. So we took this firm in 3 moves from $18,000 a month to $90,000 a month. And we still have 2 more moves left. Who wants to see the last 2 moves? Increase your closing percentage. So get better at selling. Who here thinks that selling is kind of icky and you feel gross selling? Let me. Who thinks that? You know what's interesting? A lot of people don't like selling because they think that selling, they think that selling is doing something where people, they're just not happy. They feel like you're doing something to someone, right? But the reality is that if you have a skill or a service or a product that genuinely helps people, then you have a moral obligation to do every single thing that you can in your power to sell it to as many people as possible. All right, saved houses by the dozen. Let me ask you a quick question. Are your clients in a better position because of the fact that you did every single thing in your power to sell them your legal services? Are they in a better position or a worse position?
They're absolutely better off. They get to keep their homes and use money on their mortgage.
Exactly. They're in a better position. You have a special skill. All lawyers have a special skill. And I wish I had more time to really dive deep into selling, but I don't. But you have to understand, the media and the government has brainwashed you to think that when you are selling something to someone, you are doing something bad to them. That is not what sales is. If you have a moral obligation to help, if you have a product that helps people or a service that helps people or a unique license like lawyers have that can help people, you have a moral obligation to sell it to as many people as possible. That's why Bill and I do these events. We understand that we have unique skills. We have unique skill sets. We have a knowledge and ability to help as many people as possible. And Bill and I both strongly feel that we have a moral obligation to help as many people as possible. Because when I help one lawyer, I'm not just helping that lawyer. I'm helping their family. I'm helping their employees. I'm helping their employees' family. I'm helping all the clients that they're going to attract who they're going to help, right? So it's a ripple down effect. So you have to understand that you have got to get good at sales and you've got to learn to love the process of selling. Now, I don't have time to go into it, but let's say you can increase your closing percentage and you take sales courses. Maybe you listen to myself and I teach you how to actually get really good at sales because I'm pretty good at sales. And let's say you can get your closing percentage up to 65%, right? That means you're getting 60 leads per month still. We haven't increased the number of leads. And now you're getting 39 clients per month at $3,000 per client. That means that you are now making $117,000 per month. So we've taken this law firm from $18,000 per month to $117,000 per month. Now, there's still one more move. The last move is find strategic partners. Everyone here has the obvious referral partners, right? But maybe you only have 1 or 2 referral partners. But here's what you have to think about. Strategic partners are not free leads. Strategic partners are leads that you get to pay for after they hire you, not even if they're leads. You know, you buy leads from people and and leads are usually pretty crappy, right? Strategic partners, you get to pay for the leads after they hire you, right? But the reality is that most lawyers have zero creativity when it comes to looking for lawyers. So for example, if you're a personal injury attorney, the obvious ones are, okay, I'm going to reach out to chiropractors and maybe I'm going to reach out to body shops, right? But there are so many different services that people who need your services also need. So why not create strategic partnerships with all of these? And what if you did it every day? What if every day you tried to create another strategic partner? You just sent one email and made one introduction. So I've got an entire presentation that goes along with this. I'm going to just rapid fire the list of people that could be your strategic partners. If you're a personal injury attorney, it could be a body shop, it could be a chiropractor, it could be acupuncture, it could be yoga, Pilates, massage therapist, car dealerships, car lenders, insurance brokers, diminished value companies. I used to own a diminished value company, temp agencies, divorce lawyer, bankruptcy lawyer, estate planning lawyer, probate lawyer, therapist, physical therapist, car rental agencies, vocational training, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, apartment complexes. Let's see, tax attorneys, accountants, wealth management, gyms, personal trainers, nutritionists, self-defense classes, shooting ranges, schools, temp agencies, preschool or daycares, babysitters, pet sitters. There's so many different types of people that you can reach out to and make your referral partners, right? And what you can do is make them part of your offer. So let's say, for example, when someone signs up with your personal injury law firm, maybe they also get 3 free acupuncture sessions from one of your referral partners, or maybe they get a 15% discount at this auto body shop, or maybe they get 1 month free in an apartment complex, or whatever deal you can work out. If you can work out deals to make your referral partners part of your strategic offer that we talked about in step 3, then 1, you're going to get an amazing offer, but 2, you're going to get amazing referral partners who are super excited to send you stuff because of the fact that you're referring them so much business. Now, let's just wrap this up before Bill comes up here. Let's say you increase your leads again, say maybe, I don't know, let's say you go to 72 leads now because you got referrals that are bringing your leads, and you're still closing at 65%, and you're now getting 47 new clients per month at $3,000 a case. You are now bringing in not $18,000, you're bringing in $147,000 a month in 5 simple moves.